Everyone has it. It's just that the default value is different, and for you, that default value is simply a little wider. There is no real difference. In the end, everyone just lives through it like that. As we go through life, we constantly find ourselves comparing our inner state to others. We wonder why that person always seems so composed, why they don't shake at the smallest things, and how they can remain so solid. On the other hand, we ask ourselves why we lose our balance and sway at even the slightest breeze. Why am I the only one stumbling and breaking down at every threshold of life that others seem to cross without a second thought? Whenever these thoughts fill our minds, we feel a deep sense of disappointment in ourselves. We turn the arrows of blame harshly inward, thinking we are simply weaker than everyone else, or that the very shape of our heart is somehow flawed. However, there is a fundamental truth we must remember in this world we live in. It is that everyone has their own unique default value. When we buy a new computer or a smartphone, the initial settings that come pre-configured are called the defaults, things like screen brightness, font size, or notification volume. Strangely enough, a similar default value exists within the human heart, our emotions, and our attitude toward life. Some people, either by birth or due to the environment they grew up in, might have their baseline for feeling anxiety or loneliness set very low. On the other hand, someone else might be wired to think much more deeply, to experience much greater waves of emotion, even in the exact same situation, simply because their default range is set a little wider. That is by no means wrong. It is not a flaw, and it certainly does not mean you are lacking in any way. It is just a difference. Just because you feel lonely more often or sway more deeply into emptiness does not mean you are failing at life. It simply means that for a person like you, the default value is spread out a little broader. When you look at the core of it, there is no real difference between you and anyone else. We are all just barely getting through each day, wrestling and colliding within the boundaries of our own given defaults. The shape of it might look a bit different from person to person, but in the end, everyone just lives through it like that. Of course, what I am saying might not be the absolute truth for you. It might not be. After all, I have never been you, nor have I ever lived anyone else's life in their shoes. No matter how deeply I say I empathize with your pain, and no matter how much I claim to understand your situation, there is no way I can truly become your life itself. I cannot perfectly measure the weight of the deep darkness you face every single night, nor can I truly gauge the depth of that indescribable loneliness that visits you in the early hours of the morning. In the same way, you will not be able to understand everything about me either. We are all trapped on our own solitary islands, merely guessing from afar as we look at the blinking lights of each other's lighthouses. We think to ourselves, that island must be getting chipped away by the rough waves, just like mine, and it too must be shivering alone in the cold wind when night falls. Because of this, we cannot force perfect understanding on one another, nor can we become the flawless saviors of each other's lives. There is nothing more dangerous or arrogant than presuming to fully know someone else's life. We must all remain humble before the vast, unknown territory of another person's existence. Real connection begins only when we acknowledge the stark limitation that I can never truly know everything about you. Yet, even if we can never understand each other perfectly, there is one single truth I want you to hold on to when you feel completely alone and crying in this massive world. It is the fact that someone on your side, someone who truly treasures you, someone who accepts and understands your wide default value exactly as it is, and someone who loves you without any conditions, absolutely exists in this world. When a person is consumed by a suffocating sense of isolation, their vision becomes incredibly narrow. You get trapped in the devastating certainty that you have been left entirely alone in this world, and that there isn't a single soul who will notice your pain or listen to your voice. It feels as though you are standing by yourself in a pitch-black room where every single light has been turned off. But just because you have closed your eyes doesn't mean all the light in the world has suddenly vanished. Even in the exact moment you hang your head and sink into the swamp of deep loneliness, There are those who quietly keep their warm gaze fixed upon you. They are not calculating people who only stay by your side when you achieve great things in society, even when you cannot show a brave face, and even when you are completely helpless and broken down. They are the ones who treasure and value your very existence. Those who are willing to be on your side. Just because you are firmly anchored somewhere in this world. And those people are earnestly waiting for you at this very moment. They are keeping their distance simply because they do not want to barge into your life, meddle in your business, or burden you with unwanted advice, because they know there are times you must pass through your own solitary hours to gather yourself. They are simply holding their breath and waiting nearby for the right moment. The only thing they are waiting for so anxiously is for you to reach out your hand first. Just a short word or a quiet gesture is more than enough, saying that you are struggling a little right now, or that the default value of your heart is so wide that tonight is simply too heavy to bear alone. They are truly waiting for you to call their name. If you open the door of your heart, just a tiny crack, if you just call out their name softly, they are ready to drop everything and run to your side at any moment. We often worry that reaching out first will make us a heavy burden to the other person. We fear that if we carelessly share our depression and heavy emotions, that person will get exhausted and leave us. But the people who truly care about you are never like that. Rather, they are the ones whose hearts break, the ones who fear that you might shatter from the inside out while trying to bear that immense weight all by yourself. Therefore, reaching out a hand to them is not a nuisance. It is giving them the precious gift of an opportunity to help you. The reason they want to stand by your side is not to live your life for you or to magically solve your painful problems in an instant. They already know very well that such heroic feats are impossible from the start. What they truly want is simply to be a reliable support system so you can rise up together. They want to be a solid pillar that quietly props up your shaken shoulders. As we live, there are times we encounter rough waves that feel impossible to cross alone, or long, dark tunnels where the end is nowhere in sight. In those moments, the distinct sensation that someone is walking beside us, the clear warmth of a hand holding ours, gives us the tremendous strength to keep moving forward. We become able to quietly pass through that dreadful stretch of work, darkness, a place we felt we could never escape, alone by leaning on someone else's shoulder. Right now, your default value might feel so wide and deep that you experience life as colder and more painful than others. But it is truly okay. It will all pass, and you will eventually make it through that tunnel safely. So please, lift your head and take a slow look around you. The warm hearts waiting for you to reach out, waiting for you to affectionately call their names, will surely be standing there. Trust those hearts completely, gather just a little bit of courage, and extend your hand. You are absolutely not alone.